Here we are live again. Convoy everyone and con te Gnomo.
Con te, con voi.
So tonight we will talk about the moon and specific about the full moon and all the, let's say, the effects and the phenomenon that happens when we face a full moon, specifically on in connection with Damanhur tradition and philosophy, but of course in general to give let's say inspiration and suggestion about how to better use and live a day when it's a full moon day. So, Gnomo, let's begin to share what happened in Damanhur when it's a full moon day. What do we do? What kind of attention we bring? What kind of rituals, ceremonies we do in those days?
Yes. First of all, maybe we have to point out that the full moon moment, it's always for all the different civilizations all over the world an important moment because it's the moment where we complete something. It's a female frequency. Maybe we have also to remember that when we talk about male and female frequencies, we are not talking about something related to a man or a woman, but related to both. So, a man as a female part, and a woman as a male part. It means that for every one of us, the moment of full moon is always a special moment. There is also sort of, tradition all over the world that where the full moon is considered the moment where people make crazy, because of course it is almost correct, because it's a moment where all the frequencies, all the energies are amplified. It's the moment where everything is open, is complete, conclude, die in some way, and so everything is finished. And if we are not so if we are not able to handle all those rhythms, sometimes it's not easy. But in the other hand, because of this special kind of rhythm or charge, it's always for all the civilization of the world a very, very good moment, the better moment to do a celebration, because there is a huge amount of energy that can be expressed, that can be used in order to, for example, to connect with divine forces. It's a jump. It's a fuel, an oil that we can use to, have a connection. In Damanhur, we chosen from more than 40 years to celebrate an oracle. So a moment where we have a connection with divine forces that is specifically designed to be an exchange where we ask and we receive answers. Okay. So the moment of the full moon is in Damanhur used, celebrated, like many other moments, like many other kind of celebration we do, because it's a moment where we can send and receive, an exchange with another layer of complexity, with another kind of intelligences. That's why all over the world people come to Damanhur, or they ask to Damanhur to ask something to the oracle. 12 days a year, we have many people from all over the world that they come to ask something to the oracle in order to be, triggered, or in some way, every suggestion is something that can help you to meditate about everything is going on to you, what you are facing, what your challenges, your tasks, and so on. This is what we do in Damanhur, and that's why we do it in that specific moment.
Okay, and thank you, Nyomo. And as you say, this is part of many tradition and native people and culture and esoteric movement of the whole planet. What could someone do if it's not in Damanhur? Of course, just to share, you are always welcome to join the Oracle ritual, which is something which is open to
It's
everyone.
open. Yeah.
You just need to let us know that you are coming and you want to join before the ritual. That's very welcoming. And so you are really welcome to come. If it's not this month, the next one, or the other one, and so on. Just ask before, because we do not always celebrate the full moon ritual specifically in the day where it's actually astronomical, the full moon. So it may be that the full moon is Saturday and we celebrate it Sunday. And this Gnomo, then I don't know how to better explain in a magic perspective, but it doesn't always specifically happen in the exactly date where there is full moon, but maybe it's before or the same day or the day after. By the way,
Yeah.
Do you want to say something about it? Could be interesting, or I can go to the next question.
Yeah, it's very easy. The energy of the full moon is spread as as the light. So the day before, few days before, 1-2 days before, and 1-2 days after is still the moment of the peak. Is still the moment of the hype. So it's still possible, or it's already possible, to celebrate the ritual of the oracle also if it's 1 or 2 days before or 1 or 2 days after, because it's still inside the hype of the energy.
Thank you, Nyomo. So the question is, you say that we receive answers inside in those days.
Yeah.
But who is sending to us this insight? Is it someone, a specific being? It's a portal that open up. So even if we don't participate to the Oracle of Damanhur, the full moon, it's everywhere that day. So how does this happen? What kind of spiritual, esoteric condition happens in that day that make us possible that we create this bridge and we receive information?
Yes. First of all, to specifically send a question to divine forces and receive an answer, we need a ritual, and we need a ritual made by people that they know what they are doing. So people all over the world, they cannot do the same during the days of the full moon, but they can do a lot. They can definitely do a lot. We have to pay attention about the moon over the complete cycle, also before the full moon. So if you do that, the moon is now growing, is now going to the full moon, not yet in the full moon. That's the best moment to renew, to change, to do something also very small. It's not it's not necessary to change your complete life, to completely change your life, but you can also change something in your work, in your daily rhythm, something that you choose to do because it's something that is important for you, something that you like to do, something that you need to do. So that's the moment of change. The moment of change is before the full moon. Why? Because during the full moon, this change will be fixed, will be impressed in some way into your life, into time. And so it's easier to complete a transformation during the full moon if you start to work about that before. So always, like in every kind of aspect related to spirituality, we have to work before and to prepare moments. Preparing the moment, preparing this transformation, doing the transformation, repeating the transformation, using also techniques, strategies to do that. When the full moon will happen, so during the hype of the full moon, this transformation will be stamped in our life and will be easier to keep this change, to be constant over time. It's easier. It's a way to do it in an easier way without spending a lot of energy receiving few results. That's the opposite. If you use this strategy, if you use the full moon, we will spend less effort and we receive more results. It's an economic way to express our spirituality.
Thank you, Noah. And a question that comes to me is why we as humans have created this relationship with planets, with dimension, with the fact that somehow we think as humans that we can create this connection and bridges with planets, with other forces, and so on. What makes this possible? And by the way, it's something that now it's part of the esoteric tradition and spiritual movement right now. But from a scientific point of view, there is not that attention to the fact that we can create a connection with the moon. It still sounds very spiritual. What could you say about that?
Mm-hmm. We didn't. It's not something we did. It's something we discovered, and it's something related with the physics, with the physics and astronomical position of stars. Every object is affecting us. A planet, or in this case, a satellite, is affecting us, is affecting our energies. The rotation, the position of the star and the position of this satellite that is so close to planet Earth is affecting with the gravity and with the specific energy of the satellite is affecting us in many ways. People usually, that's a very modern culture, come from with the monotheisms. The people, they usually divide the spiritual world, the spiritual aspect, and the material world. They divide the spiritual effect and gravity, electromagnetism, physics. They believe that there are two different aspects divided, but spirituality means to connect together. Let's talk about yoga, for example. Yoga is one of the most used kind of meditation of the body all around the world. Yoga means, in Sanskrit, means connection together, everything, union. So there is no division between the gravity and the electromagnetic field of the satellite, of the moon, with the spiritual effect of it. They are both in together, and they are a unique kind of affection. So human being discovered, like human being discovered the effect of the stars with horoscope, more than the horoscope, people all around the world, they discover the effect of the moon. Something people that do not calculate is also the effect of planet Earth, because we are on the surface of planet Earth, and this is another effect. So when we talk about the effect of the moon, we are talking about the effect of the moon that encounter the planet Earth. This kind of interfering is what we describe as the effect of the moon. It seems like difficult, but is actually very simple. Every object is affecting every other object. Sorry for this very technical answer.
The beauty to have this talk with you is that you can help us to connect, as you said, science and spirituality together, even because it's part of nowadays also some of our goals as Damanhur is to take all that we have learned from Falco, we have received, and we have researched between ourselves in order to connect it with other schools, movement, science, researchers, and on and on and on. So it's what we're trying to do. Of course, I'm trying to also to bring some questions here that try to push this process of connection between spirituality and science. By the way, I will not be this Sunday here in Damanhur. I'm in Connecticut or I'm in Malaga. And by the way, even if I'm not in Damanhur, Sunday it's full moon. And how do I prepare myself? What kind of things I should do? What kind of connection can I create by myself to that moment? And what's your suggestions, Gnomo, to better live that moment?
Okay, so before the full moon, let's prepare yourself, maybe paying attention of what is not yet closed, what is not yet finished, what is not yet concluded, and do it if you can. Of course, I want to repeat it again and again. We are not talking about many very big stuffs of your life. Also, very small stuff of your life. Have you remembered to your partner that you love her, or that you love him? Have you remembered to your children that you support and you love your children? Have you closed, conclude, fixed the problem you had at work? Do it. Do it before the full moon, in order to arrive to the full moon in some way, putting in order stuff of your life. And if you can, the best is to do some fasting before the full moon, maybe the day before or during the day of the full moon. Why fasting? Of course, without exaggerating, because fasting is okay if your body is ready to do it, if you do it with a certain frequency, if it's not a stress for your body and so on, blah, 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 okay? But the fasting is a way to clean the body. And because you're cleaning the body, you're cleaning the antenna that will be able to receive insights, stimulation, triggers, intuitions, dreams. And during the day and after this day, also for maybe 2-3 days, pay more attention to your dreams. Maybe writing your dreams when you wake up in the morning, in order to understand what happened, or maybe it's better, what received your antenna. Antenna is yourself in this case. You're safe. Yeah. So very simple stuffs.
Yeah.
Very.
That's nice. This is one of the questions. The question that came most from this episode is this one that I just asked you, and the second one is how is possible that Damanhur has an oracle? I think that's a quite good question. So, what does it mean that Damanhur
How
is?
Damanhur create an oracle?
Yeah.
Create an oracle?
So, how that
Okay.
come up in the story of Damanhur? So, I think everybody know that the story of Damanhur is super interesting, full of fantascientific or sci-fi episode, and this is one of those. So, Gnomo, but help us to bring it into matter how Damanhur ends up to have a oracle.
Okay, let's start from the beginning, as we say. In the 70s, Falco, with some of the founder of Damanhur, traveled all around the world to collect and to, in some way, to collect. That's the best word. To collect the traditional legacy from other people. And they also traveled in Greece. They went to Delphi. They went also to Crete, to the islands all around Santorini and so on. During this trip, they collected the legacy of an oracle. And thanks to another aspect, very important aspect, the reconquering of Damanhur, that it was one of the main targets in the first 10 years of the creation of Damanhur, from 75 to 83, 84, 85, to reconquer also a strong connection and a balanced connection with divine forces. So proving that human being, like in small and secret other places all around the world, proving that human being is able to reconquer a balanced connection with divine forces. Not only because we pray and we are prostrated, but because we can exchange, offering our maturity, our conquests, our evolution, in order to talk, in order to exchange with divine forces. So, two elements: the collecting of legacy of other um, oracles legacy from around the world, especially from Greece, and the reconquering of a complete and balanced connection with divine forces. With those two elements, we were able to start again with a celebration, the oracle, and every oracle from the 80s of the last century, every oracle, every month, every full moon, this connection increased, empowered again and again, until we arrived to have a complete and, like to say, refurbished oracle for the new century. Okay, that was the goal. Today, it means that we have also a group of people that from almost 40 years, it's working hard, it's busy to support and to repeat every month the oracle. Like we were suggesting to the people here now today, also the group of the oracle is working during the all the month to prepare the oracle, and also after the oracle to collect and to recap what happened during the oracle. So they're working for the entire month, not only during the day of the oracle, to prepare and to complete after. And thanks to this support and this faith of people that they are constant over time for 40 years, also teaching to new people that they come to the group of the oracle, learning how to prosecute, how to continue this work. This group is supporting this function that is a very important function of Damanhur, because it's a monthly signal that we send and we receive with the divine forces. It's also the proof that we are awake, that we are alive, we are not sleeping. So many layers, many functions. I said I'm talking about something about you don't ask to me, but I also saying that the oracle celebration is not only the moment where we ask and receive questions from specific people, but also Damanhur is asking and receiving feedback from the divine forces about what is going on in Damanhur, what we have to face in the next month, dangers, opportunity, and so on. Sorry,
and
for
that's my last question for you, Gnomo. Before we finish this episode, is what's your perception and hints that comes from the answers from the oracle? As you said, oracle is giving answer every month. I don't know if you are one of those persons that read it every time, yes or no. But by the way, what do you feel? What kind of suggestions are coming from the oracle of Damanhur that could be important to share here? Is there something, yes or no? It could be worth it. By the way, we share it every month in our online community, so you can always read it. They're public everywhere, the answer that comes from Damanhur. But do you have something to say about it? Especially because nowadays we are in a social and global situation, which is quite interesting, full of different situation that really requires our attention.
Yes, something that the Oracle is repeating again and again and again and again every month from a decade is to, first of all, the Damanhurian, but also people all around the world can follow this suggestion, to spend the energy of our life not to make conflict, but to make agreements. If we eventually listen to the Oracle, Damanhur and the entire world will change, I think.
That's a super important hint.
I think so.
To everyone.
For me, it is. I have to listen to this.
For me too. For me too. For me too. Even because the connection, the quality of relationship in our life, it really create what we are trying to create. It's a network of humans connected
because
with plants, with animals, on and on and on. So
because our habit is to think that the danger, the problems, they come from outside. Not only.
Not only. That could be part of our next episode. So I remind to all of you that here below the YouTube live stream, you can find all the links to connect with Damanhur, to our courses, programs,
for your questions,
and all and on and on and on. So just have a look on it, and we will see next month. Thank you, Gnomo. Thanks to all the questions that came up, and we'll see you next month. Convoy.
Convoy. Thank